Hello, the Pioneer viewers. We continue to bring you details about the Russia-Ukraine war. While the war continues in all its reality on the front line, the developments in the background shape the course of the war. The war has been going on for almost 2 years. Both countries are exhausted by the war, and problems with the governments have become increasingly sensitive. In times of emergency, it is very important for states to maintain control. While one dimension of the war continues on the front line, another dimension is shaped by the events behind the front line. If there are opposition groups within the country, the situation becomes even more sensitive. If the war on the front draws the reactions of the people, the opposing groups inside can turn this situation into an opportunity. Not only soldiers on the front line, but also soldiers in different parts of the country become targets. When security concerns spread throughout the country and begin to affect the people and the soldiers, civil unrest may ensue. The delicate balances make the war processes very challenging. The war that began in the wake of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine has revealed its many faces. Since the first days of the war, there have been many attacks on the invading Russian army. The Russian army suffered many casualties in the attacks organized by local insurgents on Ukrainian territory. At the same time, sabotage attacks were organized against the Russian army in different parts of Russia. The feeling of unrest in Russia caused by the war is also reflected on the Russian soldiers. Russian soldiers don't feel safe in the military units. A recent incident confirms this situation. According to the allegations, a large fire broke out in the Russian military headquarters due to the sabotage. The origin of the fire has not yet been determined, but there are many allegations circulating. In addition, the Ukrainian army has received a large support package from allies, which has made Ukrainian supporters very pleased. Now, if you are ready, let's examine the latest developments together. As the Pioneer, we continue to report on Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily map reports and reports on the agenda. I also read all your comments on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments with us. Tell us in the comments what content you would like to see on the Pioneer channel. Let's start if you are ready. The Pioneer reports. The recent fire in Russia has raised some questions. The news revealed by Rospartisan, an anti-war and anti-Putin Russian network that have been involved in the various sabotage incidents against Moscow since the beginning of the invasion of Ukraine, attracted great attention. According to the information, a big fire broke out at the headquarters of the Russian army. The fire, which occurred in the military unit of the 70th Regiment of the Russian army, spread to a large area in a short time. According to information obtained from local sources, all documents in the headquarters were destroyed in the fire. In addition, a large number of equipment and vehicles were damaged. Reports of the fire at the headquarters in the city of Shally in the Chechnya region of Russia were shared by several accounts on the social media platform, but were not confirmed by the Russian authorities. The Ministry of Emergency Situations of Chechen Republic has not yet made an official statement on the incident. Images shared on social media shows that the building completely engulfed in fire, with flames creating a cloud of black smoke over the surrounding trees. The walls and the headquarters appear to have been completely destroyed, and only the frames of the building remains. This is not the first time Russia's 70th Motorized Rifle Regiment has made international headlines. At the end of 2022, soldiers of the regiment, which was involved in the occupation of Ukraine, refused to go on combat missions in the neighboring country. The unit refused to participate in the war in Ukraine because of political conflicts. The Anti-Imperial Bloc of Nations, ABN, an organization created in 1943 by the Ukrainian citizens advocating the destruction of the Soviet Union, reported the incident on its website. The 70th Regiment was the first to rebel against the Russian command and even the first to loudly declare its unwillingness to fight in Ukraine. The fire was not coincidence, and there are strong allegations of sabotage. Igor Sushko shared his views on the fire on his social media account. He shared images of the fire and expressed his suspicions that the incident was an act of sabotage. In his post on the social media platform, Sushko apparently suggested that Russian soldiers were transferred to units where the fire broke out and that fire was started by anti-war elements among the Russian soldiers. While investigations into the fire continue, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has returned from a trip to the Baltic states. The new support packages announced upon his return are very important for the Ukrainian army. The first of the new support for the Ukrainian army came from the UK. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak made a surprise visit to Kiev the other day to announce a new cooperation agreement with Ukraine, as well as new funding of about $3.2 billion. It was stated that most of the funding provided by UK will be sent on drones, which have become an important weapon of war. Sunak's latest pledge comes shortly after Zelensky's first full trip in the NATO's Baltic states concluded with the new aid packages that will include artillery guns and ammunition from Latvia, as well as a plan to train more Ukrainian soldiers. Alexander Mirzechko, a member of the Ukrainian parliament and the chairman of the body's Foreign Affairs Committee, spoke about the military aid in a statement. He said that the Western allies are committed to provide the necessary military assistance because this year could be difficult and crucial for Ukraine. The UK package includes long-range missiles, air defense artillery munitions, and maritime security. There is also a support package for Ukraine from Latvia. The Latvian package includes howitzers, anti-tank and air defense systems, helicopters, and other equipment. A Latvian diplomatic official said he hoped that Regia's military packages would serve to remind Europeans and Americans of the danger in Ukraine at a crucial moment. The idea of spreading Ukrainian fatigue is not necessarily based on the reality, the diplomat added, saying there are no signs of fatigue. With the war in full swing, neither side is willing to lower its war aims. Zelensky says he is determined to liberate all of its territory according to the internationally recognized 1991 borders. Russian President Vladimir Putin, on the other hand, says any peace talk must be based on the new territorial realities of the Russian occupation. The second year of the war is approaching as the sides continue to struggle to maximize their mutual gains. The problems caused by the prolongations of the war have also begun a difficult process for Russia. It is observed that the Russian people don't want to deal with the problems arising from the war any longer. What do you think about the fire in the Russian headquarters? Do you think a dissident movement is starting within the Russian army? What do you think about the new support packages announced for the Ukrainian army? What do you think are the chances of a successful peace negotiation? We care about your opinion. Please share it with us.